Winning! Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual biddles. And today I'm going in on hidden forces within your reality. Ooh, this is a good one, family. This is a good one. Hidden forces within your reality. Ooh. This is a good one, family, because there's a lot of hidden forces within your reality that you're not even aware of. You're not even aware of. You ever been watching TV late at night, everyone else is asleep, and while you're watching TV out the corner of your eye, you know you've seen something. As soon as you look, it's gone. Or you've been looking in the mirror, and out of the corner of your eye, you see something looking back at you. And you're like, am I seeing things? You know, us, where we live at now, we've had doors open up. And then, shit, I ain't talking about the wind blew the door. I'm talking about the handle go down, the door open, and it shuts. We've had food fall out cabinets. And we don't live on a hill like that, family. But I'm not saying that it's a bad or a negative thing, because if it was something negative, I would feel it. I think it was just something trying to get our attention. And you know, me and my wife just looked at each other like, our human minds looked at each other like, and then we just smiled because we got so much power in this house. We got so much power in this house that we know it's nothing negative, and we didn't feel anything. So we just smiled and gave thanks, and we just acknowledged what was there, and that was it. But these hidden forces that are all around you, they don't have more power than you do. This is your domain. They're just peeking in. This is your domain. So if you ever feel scared, kindly ask them to leave. Ask them to leave. You know what I mean? You ever been sitting there just chilling and all of a sudden you start hearing these ringing in your ear? That's hidden forces upgrading you. Everything in our reality was created through tone. And higher divine forces don't use the guttural language that we use to speak or communicate with us. So if you're hearing it, you may be just getting upgraded. If it's too strong, kindly ask it to calm down a little bit. I acknowledge you. Just calm down a little bit. I accept. Thank you. Give thanks. You know what I mean, family? You know, I knew there was more to this reality when I was younger. Fortunately, my mama was a Catholic. She grew up in Catholic school, and when she had me, she didn't really want me going to church like that. So we never went to church as a child. I never went to church with my mom as a child, unless someone died. You know what I mean? So I never really was ingrained with all that religious motif. But unlike a lot of humans that's been ingrained in all this religious stuff and they believe good and bad, light and dark, I never really had that thing with me like that. I knew of Jesus and things like that, but I never really accepted him in my life. And as I got older, I was always trying to find this person that I never really got fed from. So I realized that spirituality was for me. If you believe in Jesus or whatever religion you're in, that's cool. That's cool. But me personally, it just didn't work for me. And when I was 9 years old, I had a near death experience. I was in a car accident. I hit a car. And I see myself on the ground laying lifeless. And I'm above myself, looking at myself, no pain, happy, just like, whoa, look at myself. I'm 9 years old. And what felt like a few minutes was really about 15, 20 minutes. And when I got zapped back in my body, I was on some dude's couch with this towel around my head, blood everywhere. Make a long story short, I needed to get facial reconstructive surgery. And about 2 weeks later, I was in bed. And I kept feeling a tug on my arm. And I looked at my great aunt. You know, I grew up in the hood. It was like three of us sleeping in one bed. I felt this tug on my arm. And I looked over, I seen this red being with yellow eyes. And freaked me out. Like, what the heck is going on? So when I locked eyes with him, he locked eyes with me. He started pulling a little harder. As soon as I touched my great aunt, he went away. And for years, I think I was like 26, 25, I couldn't sleep with my hand, feet, or legs hanging off the bed. You know, I told my wife about what happened to me as a child and the reason I was so scarred. And she just looked at me like, wow, well, I've seen things like that too. Not the same exact thing, but she had some other supernatural experiences. And we talked about them. And that made me feel a little better. I didn't feel like I was the one that was crazy. Years later, and I think I was like 40 years old, I talked to my spiritual master about it. And he told me that I subconsciously or unconsciously opened up a portal and a jinn came through. And jinn loves the energy of adolescent boys. And I asked myself, okay, well, what was he going to do to me? And he told me what he had planned on doing with me and my soul. And he told me some things to get rid of the jinn's energy or essence out of my life so that fear of the jinn would go away. So I'll tell you guys the same thing that he told me. He told me to get some nails and put it in some water, let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes, and drink the water. Jinn hate the energy of metallic substances in water, and it helps dissolve their energy from you. So I did it. The water didn't taste good at all. I didn't use any rusty nails. I got some brand new nails, and the water still tastes metallic, but I took it to the head. And after I drank it, I took the nails and I put it in I have a statue of Ogun on my altar. And I put those metal nails in Ogun's pot on my altar. And they're there to this day. And ever since I've done that, the energy and the memory and the thought of that jinn's essence dissolved from my consciousness. So if you're a male or even a woman that has had a similar experience, like a being coming to see you at night with these yellow eyes or even blue eyes, try it and see what happens to you. See if it helps dissolve that fear that you had. But I wanted to share that with you because I felt compelled to share it with you. You know, one thing about me, I'm not into conjuring or anything like that. It's just not what I do. So, things like Ouija boards, I don't condone because it's similar to pulling your spiritual draws down and you don't know who's behind your family. So I don't condone that. There are some beings like shamans and high mystical teachers that do that because they've had practice and they've had people teach them. But me personally, I don't condone it. It's not for me. I focus on the light work. I focus on working on myself. I don't really look for outside sources to tell me what's up with me. I don't talk to many mediums. Nothing wrong with that. But if they choose to give me a free reading, I accept. But I try to work on myself. I create my own spiritual placebo of winning for myself. Okay? You're born here. You have the Creator's essence in you. You have everything you need to succeed in this life. Okay? I don't want you guys opening up doors that you can't close. You feel me? So on that note, family, hopefully you got some jewels on this video. And if you haven't received any of my books, go out to Amazon.com and check out The Enlightened Talk, Poverty Consciousness, Wealth Consciousness, and Dissolving Your Limitations. All 4 of those videos are bangers. So on that note, family, it's your boy Chris Enlightened. You already know what I'm doing. I'm out here winning.